I think that Ivy Nile is the one to take the championship off of Sol Ruka eventually.
Really?
Yes,
Really?
I
Oh,
think
wow.
that
How'd you get to
before.
that? How'd you get there?
Well, I think that she was already kind of getting herself involved in the Intercontinental Championship scene. She already had a title match earlier this year against Maxine, and every time Ivy Nile goes out, she impresses. And backstage reports say that she's earning a lot of favor backstage. A lot of people love her work. And then her working directly with Chad Gable for a while, and now how over Chad Gable is. When I look at the landscape of the heels in the mid card scene, I think Becky is stepping up. I think she's done. Liv Morgan, Raquel, and Roxanne obviously are not involved in the Intercontinental Championship scene at all. There's not a lot of heels left in terms of like who's stuck in that mid card scene. And I think that Ivy Nile is a woman that has been begging to break through that glass ceiling, getting a feud against Sol Ruka, who just had a successful title defense against the first ever Women's Intercontinental Championship in Lyra Valkyria. This is a reign where Sol Ruka, look, she doesn't have to hold it forever. She's so young and so new. I wouldn't be shocked if Sol Ruka has like 3 Women's Intercontinental Championship reigns by this time next year. I want to see that title hot potato around a little bit. I want to see more women hold it. I want to start establishing more names in the lineage of this championship. So when I look at the landscape, I really like Ivy Nile to swoop in and be Women's Intercontinental Championship post SummerSlam, maybe at SummerSlam. I'm a little concerned that the Women's Intercontinental Championship won't make the SummerSlam card just because the big
Right.
four cards just get so packed so fast. But the Raw after SummerSlam, Ivy Nile could very much be your Women's Intercontinental Champion.
Look, I don't hate that at all, especially if Chad Gable is working his way into the men's Intercontinental Championship. It could be an American made Golden Summer. I didn't even think about Ivy now. And you're right. The Queen of the Ring has moved pieces around. Raquel isn't in it anymore. Roxanne isn't in it. I didn't think about that. And you're right. I don't know who the other heels are. Is Io Sky still in it? Because Io was going for it at one point too, going for the mid card out of nowhere. You just shrunk my pool of candidates for the women's intercontinental title. That's the real problem. I had a whole grouping, and you just shrunk it down. So now I'm just going to go with what you said. I like Ivy now. Let's run with
Well,
it.
and a lot of the mid card heel women are on the SmackDown side, like JC Jane in her stable, Kiana James, and like I said, Becky Lynch. She's definitely stepping up to the World Championship
Right,
scene.
right.
I don't see her staying. I mean, maybe. I don't know what's next for Becky if it's not the Intercontinental Championship scene because she just lost in the Queen of the Ring. So who knows what's next for Becky, actually. But yeah, if you're asking me to throw $5 on a random name, Ivy Nile. I think that Ivy Nile makes a lot of sense.
Man, I hope, dude. Like I said, I'm like the biggest Ivy Nile supporter.
She's getting a lot more support. So you were a little early to the train because a lot of people are starting to jump on with you.